gonna get me all wet.
It's your paper. You could take Jules, but you still have to walk to the garage.
Yeah.
It's almost done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And the last band of yellow is past. Now it's just green. We waited a few minutes because it was really coming down. It was coming down so hard even Marty wasn't at the back door. He's come up now, peeked in a couple times, went back under the stairs, peeked in some more. But I think we've had between 3 and 5 inches. So when I go out on the front porch with Panther, it'll be interesting to see how
the creek sounds
what the creek sounds like. Feel free to stop at the creek and film a video.
Take my phone, I guess.
Yeah, take your phone. Everybody's here. Stripe come running up. So Marty tried to go in the house and we're like, no, buddy, we need to come into the cat hotel to eat. I do believe I've got the food back far enough that at least the dry chow, it won't get wet. Tux did a wise and stayed up on top of the platform. So let's see. The cat water bowls are quite full of water. Hey, Mr. Man. Hi. Yeah, they were very pleased to see me this morning. Here comes Dawn. I got where it was dry.
I made you a video, but there's some debris across the driveway. So I took care of that.
But not the debris you could lift off, though.
Oh, yeah, but it was plenty big. Don't worry.
It was a nice tree limb come down? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Branch,
yeah, that's about what I expected. The runoff really making the creek out front roar this morning. More from this side. Where the bridge is, it's still 3 or 4 feet below the bridge. When we've had hurricanes, we've had as much as 10 inches. Doesn't roll over the bank or the driveway, even at 10 inches, so it's quite the substantial grade from where I am on the front porch down to the bridge. Yeah, and you guys have seen, you know, the other side of the driveway, how deep that is over there. There's a substantial room for flood water. So we're lucky that way. I wonder why they were all so happy to see me this morning. Couldn't have anything to do with it going on 10 o'clock now, could it? By the time I get up and get dressed and get the food ready to come out and venture out. It takes 45 minutes. It's 1 o'clock. Don's read the paper and had his coffee. I sent yesterday's video to render. I've just really been having trouble at night staying awake to get it done in the evenings, even when I start early. I'm going to build the 2 windows that go here and here, and then we'll evaluate our walk. We have really light rain right now, but considering that it's only in the 40s, I think it'll be done raining in time for us to walk. So rather than tell Dawn we're going now, I'm going to do Legos for 30 minutes, probably an hour, and then probably try to go. So YouTube messed up day 2066. It's in 4K. I mean, I produced it in 4K. We video sent it at 4K, and YouTube is stuck processing it for over 48 hours now, and it's probably never going to be in anything but 360. And I could pull it and re-upload it, but that just confuses things for people trying to keep up. And anyway, I'm sorry, but I didn't do it. YouTube did. And Don and I are giving up on it being in anything but 360 now. It's not raining anymore, and it's 2:30, and we're going to go get our walk in. Don is highly motivated. Not. I mean, I don't want to go out and walk in 45 and wet either, but it's the right thing to do before we enjoy our chili and leftover keto cornbread. So I'm up to step 74. I've got the roof sidewalls here on. I am 2 bricks short here. I sorted out my slope bag, and I had so many slopes and not the dark bluish gray 3 long. I just didn't have it. I guess I could have looked to see if I had a double. I didn't look to see if I had a double. I have to do this section now, and that's quite complicated. That's over 100 steps of detail. Well, maybe there's also like a water cooler and something else that goes here on the inside. The inside's mostly done. So anyway, it's coming along. This will be easy to add on when I get it. No big deal. Yeah, I think I'm missing one white square here, triangle, that I didn't find the other day either. And a couple of computer keyboard and monitors. But it's looking good. I'm pleased with how it's coming. Did you know that I was talking to everybody and so you decided you needed to come and show them your cuteness and say hello? You weren't helping me today though. You were sleeping there by the foyer light, the front door, in your spot. You're a good girl. She goes, Mom, you had those other 2 cats in the house this morning and I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. Nighttime, I see eyeballs. Hi, I had you in this morning, but you wanted out. And we're headed out right now, so I can't let you in right now. I'm sorry. Compromise?
Yeah.
I didn't give you the day off from walking, but I gave you the day off from carrying your weight vest.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Pretty good compromise?
Yeah, you should have told me that. I might have been a little bit more optimistic for today.
Okay. Well, I don't really want to get our gear wet should it decide to rain more, and it is a little misty. My optimistic it's totally stopped. Well, the radar shows it stopped. It's still a little bit coming down, but just a little bit. It is really booking today. I mean, I've seen it full and heard it, but that is some serious amounts of water. Way cool. I need to put your weight vest back on you.
Why is that?
Because you're walking too fast today.
Please, God, I'll promise I'll slow down.
As if walking uphill wasn't bad enough, but we got to have this flood of water coming down the hill to deal with too.
Walking upstream.
Poor Don and his phone wouldn't open up Jules when he went out, had to open the Tesla app. Yesterday it wouldn't run the Pokemon Go watch. It wouldn't do it today either, so we rebooted it again. Because that's pretty much about the only way you can get it to reset what other funk is going on with the Bluetooth on that phone. I'll let you see the puddle over here. The amount of sprinkling happening. We're not really getting wet. We've both got on a rain jacket windbreaker thing with the hood, so it's not too bad. And just a couple of sprinkles here and there. But I don't think saying that we had 3 inches of rain is much of an exaggeration. I wish I knew for sure. If I thought I could put out the rain gauge for a day or two when it was warm and then remember to remove it before it got wet and froze, because I've ruined a couple of them with the ice cracking it. You know, I would have put it out. I just can't remember to take it in and out in the wintertime. So in the winter it goes in, and in the summer it comes back out. We just guess in the winter. Educated guess though. So who are we pulling for today, as if it really matters to us? Not?
Yeah, right. I'm not a big Philadelphia fan, and I guess I'm a borderline Kansas City fan. I used to go out there, did a lot of work out in Kansas City. And,
for which company?
For USDA.
Okay, USDA.
FAA.
FAA. I remember that when you were on contract with them. Now I just didn't realize that's where they were.
Yeah, and so anyway, I'm pulling for Jalen Hurt, who's former quarterback at Alabama. Now he left before he graduated and transferred to another school because of Tagalooga guy took over at Alabama, and the other guy, Hurt, lost his starting position, so he went somewhere else and played. But I still really appreciated him.
I'll let you go first.
He was a hell of a quarterback. Tough guy.
Well, because I'm from Trenton, I got to pull for the NFC East, but the Philadelphia's the AFC.
Least favorite team in the NFC East.
Right. Anyway, I was always an America's team girl. Tony Dorsett and the Dallas Cowboys. And then when the Giants were not playing Dallas, I would pull for the Giants, and I realized that that was blasphemy basically, but as long as they weren't on the field at the same time. And then with Eli quarterbacking for the Giants, I realize he's retired now, but that kind of got me kind of caring about the Giants a little bit more after Peyton left the game. And anyway, I'm just trying to say that when you live in Trenton, it's a quick hop to Philadelphia and a quick hop to the city, so you got to pull for either Philadelphia or New York, one way or the other. So I'm pulling for Philadelphia too, but not for the same reasons Don is, although that's not a bad reason. So there was a article on Electrek, which I don't read anymore, as you might remember, but one of my friends on Facebook posted the article about the Adowd character. Can't remember his first name right this minute. And you know, his running for office in California solely so he could help enact laws to force them to get Tesla to get rid of the FSD beta. He has a competitive product. His motivations are anything but pure. He's yeah, I mean, yeah, infuriated comes to mind when I think about him. Anyway, apparently, supposedly, he's taken out a Super Bowl ad with a compilation of negative Tesla FSD videos, and I am very disappointed. Maybe we shouldn't just shouldn't watch the Super Bowl because of it. Like, if they're gonna allow that ad, choose to allow that ad meets their criteria for a valid ad, maybe we just shouldn't watch it at all. And you know, I like to put our money where our mouth is, so I don't know, I guess we're watching. But I'm pretty upset that that commercial is supposedly going to air. And we got people that aren't informed, that don't choose to inform. And, you know, the Electrek article was quick to point out that the FSD beta is not perfect. And I didn't see who wrote the article, but I'm guessing it was Fred. He's the reason why I don't watch or read Electrek or watch their podcast. Me and him, we just don't jive in our thoughts on things too well. But anyway, I thought his article was fair, and even he was quick to point out he has, you know, some problems with FSD, but this guy is still a joker, and his methods are unscrupulous. And he said all the right things that I'm willing to tell you about the Electrek article, so you can go read it for yourself.
So I'm sort of a Kansas City fan. Like I said, I'm pulling for Jalen Hurts, and so that's sort of why I'm pulling for Philadelphia. But Kansas City, you know, Joe Montana, I was a big fan of Joe Montana back in the day. And of course, he left San Francisco, the 49ers, and went to Kansas City.
Yep.
So that's when I started. But I did a lot of work out in Kansas City for Y2K. This is 20-something years, 23,
oh
24
God,
years ago,
it's
a long time ago.
23 years now.
And I was out there, and I was on the bus, the rental car bus, going from the airport to the, if you've ever been to Kansas City, the rental car lot is like, in Timbuktu, there's no short way. You know, they talk about those, what do they call it, country miles or something like that. And then Kansas is that way. Anyway, so I was on the rental car bus by myself, the Hertz bus, and I asked the guy, so, because when I would travel, I'd go to baseball games. Because baseball games, they play during the week. NFL only plays basically on weekends, and often I wasn't there. Plus, you can't get an NFL ticket, but you can usually get a Tuesday night Major League ticket. So I'd ask the bus driver, I said, hey, are the Royals in town this week? And the bus, and looking up in the mirror, I remember his look. He kind of gave me this look, he's Royals. Oh, baseball. He said, we don't do much with baseball. We're Chiefs fans. And I said, oh, okay. So I didn't think anything about that. I just kind of filed it away. Get to the hotel, and I'm watching the news, and they're running through the sports thing came up, and I said, oh, well, good, because this was at must have been in the fall in the overlap. And the guy, or maybe it was the summer, because he was talking about the Chiefs. It was Lynn Dawson. He was talking about the Chiefs and this and that and the preseason and all this and all these great. I mean, it was like a 7-minute commentary or coverage on the Chiefs
football.
And then at the end, I swear, and he said, "Oh, and the Royals lost today." That was it. Not the score, not who they played, nothing. Just, oh, the Royals lost today. That was it. Total in coverage. So, I made several trips, and they have on Fridays when the Chiefs are at home. This is U.S. government. This USDA, man. Those people come in with all their Chiefs gear on. Jerseys and stuff, and of course I show up in my shirt and tie and stuff like that.
Well, you're a contractor, you have to be above standard.
Right, right, exactly. And then one Friday, these contracts I was doing were 3 months long.
Right.
I got to know the people really well. So I show up, and the guy gives me
a Chief shirt.
My Chiefs jersey. That's right.
I'd have had to fix you too.
Yeah. So
God,
anyway,
suit and
so
tie.
I wore that. But I really enjoyed that part of my job because, you know, I got to see the Cubs play, got to see the Royals play, got to see the Phoenix play, I got to see the Mariners play, I got to see Tampa Bay play, I got to see Houston and
well, we went to see the Astros that one time. Who did we see when I went to the baseball game out in?
Well, that was in Phoenix. So we saw obviously you know, the
Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
No, was it? Yeah, I don't know. All I remember.
That's what they were then. Now, I don't know what they actually called themselves. I'm really not a big baseball fan. I was only doing baseball because you can get a ticket.
Right.
You can go to the game.
Yeah, we were at a user group meeting when I went to that baseball game with Don, and our friend Wally was there too, and several other people from work. And we like to remind Don about how he wore a popcorn,
Well,
one of those cardboard popcorn cups on his head as a hat. Yeah, well, I didn't really notice because I wasn't feeling any pain that night either. So, like, none of us were driving. We had a shuttle bus took us over there. Hotel, yeah. All of us just piled in that and piled back out of that. Yep. We only really got to do that much fun a couple of times in my 23-year career. But that was definitely user groups were always fun because we'd get all of the people. You know, we'd travel with the really great people on our team, and we would get to do something in the evenings for fun, and we would meet up with some customers that we already knew pretty well from working with them over the phone. And
yeah, I'll have to sit down and recollect to see how many teams I haven't, major league teams.
You haven't seen?
I haven't seen. I know I have not seen them all.
Have you seen a Yankees game when you were up at one Police Plaza or whatever they call it? Did you go? Yeah, well, let me just look at me straight in the eye. Yankees fans don't do Kansas City. 40 something and the camera says it's too hot. I had to switch back to 1080. But there's some Brett guy.
Brett.
Oh yeah, that's right, him. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, us Yankees people, we don't have an appreciation for him.
But I have seen the Yankees play. Saw them in Toronto when I was in Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, me when I lived in Chicago for a month, and I was there on the weekends and everything. We shopped at. We walked Michigan Avenue. We shopped at Water Tower Mall. We went to the Brookfield Zoo. We walked from John Hancock to Sears. Pretty much every night. We went to oh God, what's that place over on the pier? One of the food establishments where they put your food in a bucket. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, sports and going to see sports was not on the desired evening activity list.
Did all this work?
You didn't get your credit?
I don't think I'm going to get any credit.
Oops. So what's your favorite part of exercise?
It's over.
I am stopping on step 131, and I'll be back tomorrow. I've got a good part of this front done, but there's more to do, and then there's a little steeple thing up here too. So the ball game's fixing to kick off, and we're gonna eat our chili and cornbread now. Wow, somebody's Super Bowl sweet tooth kicked in.
Masterpiece.
And I was asked to please locate a piece of chocolate, and I suggested ice cream. I'd always rather have a bowl of ice cream than a piece of chocolate, so.
She did good.
Besides, Tuesday is Valentine's Day, so.
Oh, that's right. We're going to get busy.